Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Tonight we're going to talk about keyboard in the dishwasher. Is it a good idea or is it not? Or we're actually just going to talk about keyboards. So first of all, it's just a little story here. So I was using this Steel Series keyboard right here. It was incredibly dirty. It was really, really disgusting. The marks you can see in the bottom right now, I think that's actually the paint that has started to slip off. It's probably because I washed it at 60 degrees, 50 degrees Celsius. And yeah, it should probably have been a bit less. But now we tried it. You can see how clean it is. It's really, really clean. And it was really, really disgusting before I put it in the dishwasher. I had some problems just after because I did not dry it. I was impatient. So I put it in the dishwasher, the short story first, and after like 4 hours in the sun, after that, I thought it was dry. But when I turned it on, then it was blinking. First it was blinking red and just flickering from red and then no color when I turned it on. So then I gave it a whole day to dry. And then when I turned it on, it actually blinked blue instead, so blue and then no color. It was flickering blue and no color, but the keys actually worked the second time. The first time, the key, none of the keys responded to any input. Then I let it dry for another day, and then after letting it dry for like 2 or 3 days, then it actually works perfectly fine, just like before. All of the RGB features are there. If I press a button or something, then it will actually light up. So let me just press maybe 6. Then you can actually see that. You can see that it lights up in the. So if I press a button, it lights up, and you can also you can make a lot of cool settings with the Steel Series keyboard. So the whole line of those keys, where you made a press, will light up, and you can make different patterns with it and all that. All of that, it just worked afterwards. So of course I'm not telling you to do this. It will be on your own. I will definitely not say that you should do that because you can risk your keyboard. There's no guarantee that it will work afterwards. But the reason why I actually did was because I was out and I got this small mini keyboard right here. This is a Rascal. I saw this was in one of the local shops, and it was just half the price of a normal keyboard. And then it didn't have then it was much smaller. So I was actually curious whether I could use this for both gaming and for programming. So I bought that, and it was for gaming. It's just perfect because it's really, really short. There's no it's very, very small. It doesn't take up a lot of space on the disk, and then you can of course then you have most of the movement space for the mouse. So for gaming it's really, really cool. For programming, to begin with, I almost threw it out, and I wanted my whole keyboard back, but it was out for drying, and I actually thought that I ruined it. But then I kept on going, and then I found out that there was a function. There's a function button, there's a function key right there. You can actually toggle whether you want to use the position keys or not by holding the function key and then pressing shift once. Then you actually toggle it. So that means that if you want to use the movement keys, then you have to press that once. And if you want to use Alt Ground and the control in the right side, and also the Windows key there, or the underscore button, underscore key, or the dash key, then you have to press function key and then shift again to untoggle it. Or you can, if you just want it for one keystroke, then you can hold the FN key and then press, for instance, the dash. And if you want to use the underscore, then you can first press shift, then hold FN, and then press the dash key, then you will get an underscore instead. So when I learned those tricks, and the same with the function keys up in the top, you have to hold the function key and then press the F key that you actually want to press. When I learned all of those tricks, then it was still like playing table tennis with the left hand. It's a lot of fun. It feels weird, but it's not impossible, and I really like the extra disk space when I'm using it. So, and the keys themselves, they have this really nice yeah, they're really nice to press. They don't need as much force as the other keyboard that I have, the SteelSeries one. So I actually really like this one, even though it's a cheap one and it doesn't have all of that features. I don't think there's any software. I could not find any. There might be some software. And if you go look online, I'm not affiliated with any shops or anything like that. So, but if you can see here it is online. Here you can actually it says EXO in the bottom, but on the keyboard itself it says EXE instead of EXO. Maybe it could be different models. I don't know. It probably is, but yeah. If I look at the box, let me just share my screen. Sorry. So here we have the keyboard right here, and if I here we have it. So here we have my keyboard, and if I show the box, which is right here, you can see it says EXE in the corner, not EXO. So it could be different models, but it's a kind of the same thing. You have these, you have just to fight over the arrow keys or the underscore keys right there. So okay, so let us see me putting it. I actually recorded putting it into the dishwasher, so you can see that I'm not just. It's not something that I just make up. So here we put it in, and then you can also see how disgusting it was.
Here we put nice
full of chips and spaghetti
into the dishwasher.
A lot of weird stuff. In this video I said that
I left all the keys in just to try
to see if keyboard. But we see there how dirty it is. It is extremely dirty.
Keyboard. A little bit disgusting.
And the space button was really sticky.
If it can handle it. There's keyboard, and here we have the cable.
Then I just wrap around the cable around
the propeller down
those pins in the button, so it doesn't touch the fan.
I
gave it 1.5 hours. So it was probably not necessary. I also use soap.
If it will work afterwards, and then we give it not too high a temperature.
And
okay,
then I'm choosing the program. I'm actually looking for a low temperature, but the only one I could find was the lowest one I could find was 50 degrees, and I could take like that it was only half full the dishwasher, and then I could say that I wanted the fastest program that was there, speed perfect. I think it's called.
Maybe I'll open it halfway through. Let's see. And run.
Then I press go. Then I waited 1.5 hours, and then it looks something like this.
And that is, of course,
very clean, very wet.
Before I try it out,
I just left it outside for some hours, and I did not remove all of the keys. Of course, I've seen some on the internet that actually remove all of the keys, but it's not necessary. Yeah, I have there are some marks in the bottom of my SteelSeries keyboard right now, and that is probably because the paint has been washed off. It looks like it, at least. It's totally smooth, so it's not like something it's not something that is stuck there. I cannot. If I try to scratch it off with nails, and there's nothing to scratch off. So it's probably paint that has been. It's probably paint that has been washed off right there. So it's in the bottom right there. But that is okay as long as the RGB works, and as long as the keys actually respond to what I'm pressing, then I'm happy. So that was quite good. That was cool. The SteelSeries keyboard is something like this. And again, I'm not affiliated with these shops. I just found some better pictures of it right here. So that was the keyboard. It works perfectly fine right now. I really like the mini keyboard also, both for programming and and also for gaming, just because it takes up less space. It just feels. I don't know. The key press. It just feels a bit more solid with the Rascal keyboard than the SteelSeries. But I guess that's a matter of taste. I also like the SteelSeries keyboard. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's pretty cool when it comes to customizations. And yeah, that was just what I wanted to tell you. That was a keyboard story from the real life. Thank you very much for watching. And have a great evening, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.